welcome to another episode of Hackers Misadventures in Scale Modeling. Today I have the Werk 1/32 scale Junkers EF126 or the EF127. Now, I usually build only planes that actually were built or prototypes were built, and this one actually was, but not by the Germans, but by the Russians, but I'll get into that later. Anyways, we look on the side of the box and we see the artwork that's available. Let me fix the... By the way, I changed back to the other lens because the one I was test using didn't work out very well. It worked out okay, but I didn't like the results. Anyways, we got these ones here, and I think this is what the prototype would have looked like, and this one here would have been what the prototype markings that would have flown. And we got this one here. Now there's a story behind that one, not the fictitious markings, but doing with the Russians. Anyways, so let's open the box and see what we got. Now, right off the bat, I got these. Let me fix. This is their decal sheet for the wings, because the wings are wood and other parts. So we'll look at that in a minute. We got our instruction book that has the old look to it, and we have a box of parts. So let's look at the box. Okay, where's the Decals in this thing? I'll leave the parts in the box for now, and then we'll get them out. Here's the Decals, and there's the Decals that we're supposed to use. Okay, so let's have a look in the instruction sheet. Now, it gives you a fictitious story of the plane in actual use, which never ever happened. I haven't read it. It's probably a good story, but I haven't read it. And this is, let me get my glasses on. And this is the actual history of the kit. There's our parts layout. As you notice, we get one forward fuselage and some wings, but we get two rear fuselages, and that'll be explained later. And you get two can't remember the name of the engine. Oh, he'll probably tell me in the instructions, so I'm not worried about it. And then you get other parts, including the trailer and that, and the clear parts and the decals. Okay, so they start off with assembling the cradle. Now this would be actually good, because this would give you something on you to put it on when you're working. So that's actually good. And then you got the you have the trolley that goes on the back that you can maneuver the aircraft around with. Very simple. Now, we start off with the front cockpit. As you can see, there's the painting instructions. This is the back rear bulkhead, the side counts, the instrument and the side consoles, and tells you where the warning stickers goes in the bottom. You put in these side pieces. That's that piece. That's the bulkhead. Now you get two. One if you put the wings on, and one without the wings. That way, if you want to put it on the cradle and put it on a truck or something, you can, just like this here. Now the cockpit goes together like that. There's the rudder pedals, shows you the angles the pedals should be at and the side view of them. They go on the bottom with the joystick. Then you put your side consoles on here. Tells you to trim those off. There must be a reason behind it. You got your ejection seat. I think this ejection seat went into the Messerschmitt 262, the Messerschmitt 163, and the Hinkel 163. I probably got my destinations wrong. Anyways, went in the Messerschmitt Comet, the rocket propelled one, and I think this was going to go into the TA183 as well. Anyways, you put your seat in, you put your instrument panel up through the top, and then you sandwich it all together. Now you put your wings together. These here are for rockets. They were to shoot down bombers. They go on. It was a metal plate because you couldn't have these wings are wood, so you couldn't have these firing from the wood because it would catch fire. Now here it tells you have to cut off the eye bolts that were used to strap the plane down to the cradle. Otherwise the wings wouldn't fit. Now, this is the landing skid. I think this goes up here, so if it goes nose down like that, it's not going to get damaged. That's the bottom plate, and there's that plate. Now that's in the up position. The landing position is this one, where you have to, this plate here would be down, and this plate would be here, and then you got your landing struts, shock absorbers. That's how it's supposed to all look. Now, there's those rockets I was telling you about. And you got outriggers here. Now the outriggers, this is the one that lands, the wingtips don't hit the ground. This is sort of the same getup that they have on the Aki U2, except they're out further and used for takeoff. They have little things on the bottom of the U2 for when they land. It would drag on these skids instead of on the wingtips instead of on the wings itself. Now, you get three configurations. You get one. Let's see. What's Argus? Okay. The Argus engines that are used in the V1, they were using on here. Now you got a single engine version and a double engine version, and you can use both these fuselages. Now, this one is the Walther's rocket engine that went into the Messerschmitt 163 Comet. But the Comet had only one. This one has two in it. So that's your choices. So the single engine version, you got this piece here that goes on the bottom. I think that's a tail skid of some kind. And then your horizontal stabilizers. Then you put your mounting for your rocket on there. And then you put your stabilizers on there. And then you mount your pulse jet on top of that, and then you sandwich the two fuselage halves together, the front and back fuselage halves. Then you got rocket assisted takeoff. Okay. So now we got the dual engine version. Same idea, putting the fuselage together, putting the two of these engines together. Then you got a different set of parts that go on here. So you can put each engine on the side, like that. Then you put your horizontal stabilizers together. Then you put rudders on the outside, because you can't have these, can't be used as rudders. And you put those on, and then again you put the front and rear fuselage halves together. You also have rocket assisted takeoff on these as well. And it gives you how to put on the glass on both versions. It'd be identical to all of them. Now this is the Walther's rocket engine version, which has a different fuselage. You have your rudder already on there. You put your rockets on the end of it, your horizontal stabilizers, and then you put it on the fuselage front and rear halves back together, and then you have your rocket assisted takeoff, and you put that on the trailer. And mounting the canopies. Shows you that you could, like the 262 and a couple others, it's a swing out canopy instead of a sliding canopy. Now, this is what it looked like in the underground production faculty. The fuselage was metal and that, but the wings were wood and these parts. Now, it shown supposedly at a test unit, which never happened because it says Germany late 1946. Never happened. It made it this, as far as I can understand, there was two of these made, already made up, never assembled before the Russians overtook it. One was, I think, was a glider, and the other one was a test glider, and the other one was a full-scale engine version, but I'm not too sure if it was a single or a double. I'll have to look it up. This is the reason why I built it, because it was actually built, but not by the Germans, but the Russians for testing. I think the same thing happened with the one Fokker-Wulf 1 TA-183, that there was enough parts had been made that the Russians were able to put one jet together and test fly it. It's never been proven, but the rumor's out there. So sometimes it's like the city of Troy was a myth until somebody discovered it wasn't. One of these days we might find out for sure, or we may never. Who knows? Anyways, you get two fictitious units. Then you get the Russian test unit, early 1947, which I doubt, other than being painted green, I doubt there was a number, just a star in that. And then a fictitious rocket engine version, October 1945, which the war ended before that. This is the wing layout. How it would have had looked if it had been assembled in the factory. It gives you the color callouts here. We got Tamiya, Mr. Hobby, Ammo, Vallejo, Humbrol, and Mission models. So if you wanted to make it look like as it was coming out of the factory, that's what this is for. That's what that's for. Or you can build it as a test aircraft, which never happened. Another test aircraft that never happened. A unit marking, like if it had been in actual fighter unit, and it gives you the color callouts here, same. And then another fighter unit. Which one is that one? That's a double. That's a double. That's a double. Okay, so now we got the Russian one. Now, if what is true, and the Russians did put one together from parts, then other than the markings, other than the number, it would have had the Russian markings on it, because the Russians would have done that. But the 17, I doubt that. And the guys that own the company. Okay, so let's have a look in the box. Look at the stuff. Well, there's our clear plastic parts. Okay. Well, hit the camera. I need a sturdier thing for my camera. Actually, if I had my way, I'd get one that's a little higher out of the way with remote zoom that would focus properly. Okay, come on out. This is a tight box. These things just fit in there. Okay, so let's look at what we got here. Now, how's this? I'm just looking. Sometimes these things have some of the trend right now is to have a flap with a little bit of sticky on it that goes over the edge, but I don't see such here. So what I'm going to do is very carefully cut along here as close to the edge as possible. Nope. This thing keeps popping up on me here. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Actually, it was actually quite successful. I can tape that back up again. Okay, let's see if these puppies will come out of here. Very tight fit. This German engineering goes right into the plastic sheets too. So let's have a look here. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit here and focus. Focus, focus, theater, focus, focus. Okay, so this is the rocket engine version with the Walther's rocket engine. And these tabs here are for the jet exhaust. Now, I'm looking at this thing, and it has the fuselage is metal, okay? There's no rivet detail on here. So if you wanted to rivet it, I think it would be appropriate. I'm not too sure if this was wood or not, but I know the fuselage was metal. So you got nice detail underneath here. You got very fine panel lines. And you flip it over, and not bad interior detail, because probably the interior wasn't all that crowded. There's a nice skid detail. That there is probably what you would put your engines on. But the flaps are not droppable, which is fine. Remember, there's no detail on this because it was all wood. Other than an access panel here and there, there is no detail other than the cap here that's got riveting. So that looks very, very nice so far. Okay, so put that back in the box. So what else we got here? Now we got the other fuselage parts. Let's see if we can cut this open very carefully. I got bags that fit this, but I try not to use my bag because money's tight right now. If I don't have to buy something, I won't buy it. Okay, so this is the other version. There's your under the wing rockets for the, but I wouldn't worry about that if you're not going to be, if you're just going to be doing the prototype like me. Gun ports. Now, where'd the gun ports go? Let's get the other piece back here for a minute. I gotta check something here. Ah, okay. I see. The gun ports go here. Where are they here? Yeah, they would go in there if you're putting in gun ports. I don't know if they got a non-gun port version on this or not. I can't tell. Oh. Anyways, there's your fuselage halves for this one. Again, there's your mounting for your rocket assisted takeoff. There's your more of your landing skids. Now there's the twin tail when you have this version. There's two different horizontal stabilizers. These ones here goes with these, and these are the standard. That's more, I think that's more you cut underneath your nose. There's your Argus engines with the inside, because it's a pulse jet, and the ends. And here's the other part for the Walther's rocket engine version. Okay, now so here's your rudders and your engines. The intakes for your engines. Now, you get two sets of rudders, as you can see. Let's back this thing off a little bit, because I think I got it too close. I think that. So these three belong to this, and these two are the standard. So you got the nice cut, dice detail. There's no riveting on this, which could be easily. There's a little bit of riveting on it, and I can see it, but yeah, I can see riveting on this part. Also has the stresses for the fuselage. Okay, nothing on the insides, of course. And there's the part for the Walther's engines for the other fuselage half. Now, this one here. Now there's your rockets for that other thing. There's your cradle you can build to put it on. There's the trailer. Now, there's the inside of the fuselage. The instrument panel, which, you know, it is what it is. Here, let me focus that for you. Get it close enough. There's the instrument panel. Didn't have a whole lot. There's the rudder pedals. They look good. They actually look good. Focus, 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 focus. There we go. They don't look too bad. There's the side panels. Whoop, forgot to focus. There we go. There's the side panels. There's the ejection seat. There's the tires. It looks all good. Here's your rocket assisted takeoff. Other bits and bobs, the rudders and the tail and all that. The front gears, back gears, so on and so forth. So we're good. It looks good. Okay, so we have now the canopy. Maybe these ones did have it. I couldn't find. Okay, now canopies. Let's get this thing focused. Let's get a real close look at this and get it focused. Okay, the canopies, as you can tell with the numbers, are really clear. It's nice. If you can see the numbers without very little distortion, you're doing good. Okay, so now let's have a look at the. Let's have a look at this. These are stapled together. So let's see. The sheet also has instructions on it. So let's see what we got here. Okay, back this off. What do we got here? Ah, good. It comes in a Ziploc bag, which is perfect. So I've never seen wood decals before. Ah, you put a staple right through that one. Ah, ah. Fortunately, they missed the vital part. They missed the vital part. Good. So let's have a close look. I haven't seen this before. That's why I bought out the guy, because he very nice wood detail. It looks woody. I take it this is the top and that's the bottom, and that's for other parts that are flat. Yeah. Yeah. This stuff here is for that, or the rudder and that. Looks nice. Doesn't see who printed it. Usually there's a tells you who's the printer on this to give them credit. Always, guys, if you produce decals for your kits, always give the guy, if it's a really good decal company, always give them credit, because good decal companies are hard to come by. Okay, so we put that back in. Zip it up. Maybe put a piece of tape on that to hold that back in there. Now, kit decals. Probably same people that printed the wooden ones, wood decals. I got to get some wood decals for the. I got to figure out wood decals for my TA154, because it's the same idea. Metal fuselage, wooden wings. Okay, so that gives you the idea who made the decals. Now, they look good. They're not too thick. If I can get it to get the light to shine on it, you can see that it's not too bad for decals. They should work out well. Now, I don't know if these are the regular. That tells you where the decals are drawn. If I can get it to focus. There's where the decals were drawn up. I don't know if these are the newer type where you you put them down and take the film off because the film's on top, not on the bottom, or these are regular decals. I'll have to check that out. But they look okay. They look good. Though this bag is adequate, I'm going to have to put these also in a Ziploc bag later. Okay, so that is that. Now, find it. Oh, sure, fall on the floor. And that is the Darkswood Youngers EF126/127. Oh, there's a good picture of the different layout. It should be. This should be this is going to be a really easy kit to build. You just got to make choices of what you want. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, every build's an adventure. So go and make it awesome, and we'll see you later. And also go support me on my Give Send Some Gold page. I'm trying to get a donate button on my Facebook page, but so far I haven't been able to find out how that works. Anyways, thanks for watching, and good day.